Hey there, fellow art enthusiasts. Are you struggling to find the perfect watercolor set that balances quality and affordability? Do you wonder which brands actually deliver on their promises of vibrant pigments and smooth application? Whether you're a beginner looking to dip your toes into the colorful world of watercolors or a seasoned artist seeking to upgrade your supplies, finding the right paint set can be overwhelming. Let's dive into the colorful world of watercolors and discover which set might be your perfect match. 6. ARTISTRO Watercolor Paint Set. The ARTISTRO Watercolor Paint Set comes in an attractive mint green metal tin with 48 colors, including fluorescent and metallic options. When I first opened this set, I was immediately drawn to the beautiful packaging with its gold floral accents. The tin is sturdy yet lightweight, making it a decent option for artists who like to paint on the go. The set also includes a water brush pen, sponge, drawing pencil, and watercolor paper, which seems like great value for beginners. Upon testing, I found the colors to be reasonably vibrant when first applied, especially the reds, pinks, and purples, which would work well for floral paintings. The fluorescent colors are indeed quite bright as advertised, though I noticed they don't have the same level of pigmentation as higher-end brands. When attempting to create washes for a landscape piece, I found myself having to apply multiple layers to achieve the depth I wanted, which was somewhat frustrating and time-consuming. One significant issue I encountered was the lack of push and pull between colors that you'd expect from quality watercolors. When working wet on wet, the colors tended to sit on the surface rather than flowing and mingling naturally. This limitation made creating soft, atmospheric effects quite challenging. The metallic colors, while a nice addition, didn't have the shimmer I was hoping for and appeared somewhat dull once dry. 5. ARTISTRO Professional Watercolor Paint Set. Moving up slightly in the ARTISTRO line, I tested their Professional Watercolor Paint Set, which claims to offer higher quality pigments and better performance. This set also comes in a metal tin, though with a different design, and includes 48 colors with an emphasis on traditional watercolor shades rather than novelty colors. The presentation is clean and professional, suggesting a more serious approach to watercolor painting. When swatching these colors, I noticed an improvement in pigmentation compared to the standard ARTISTRO set. The colors appeared more concentrated and required less paint to achieve decent coverage. The traditional colors like ultramarine blue, cadmium red, and sap green performed particularly well, showing good transparency and luminosity that's essential for classical watercolor techniques. I was able to create some nice soft merges between colors, especially with the earth tones. However, when attempting more complex techniques like glazing and layering, I encountered some issues. The paints tended to reactivate too easily when applying subsequent layers, sometimes lifting the underlying color and creating muddy results. This characteristic makes it difficult to build up the depth and complexity that many watercolor paintings require. For a set marketed as professional, this was somewhat disappointing. The paint consistency varies noticeably across the palette, with some colors being creamy and others more chalky. This inconsistency made it challenging to develop a reliable technique, as I had to adjust my approach for different colors. 4. Color Swell Watercolor Paint Pack. The Color Swell Watercolor Paint Pack takes a different approach with its focus on simplicity and practicality. This set includes 36 individual packs of 8 colors each, making it ideal for classrooms, group activities, or families with multiple artists. Each pack comes with a wooden brush and includes classic colors like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, black, brown, and violet. My first impression of these paints was their accessibility. The colors activate quickly with water and produce bright, clean hues that are immediately satisfying to work with. Unlike some budget sets that require excessive rubbing to get any pigment, these paints responded well to a gentle touch with a damp brush. The wooden brushes included with each set are surprisingly decent quality, maintaining their shape well and allowing for controlled application of paint. When creating a simple landscape with these watercolors, I was impressed by how well they blended on the paper. The colors mixed cleanly without becoming muddy, allowing for subtle gradations in the sky and water areas. The paints have good transparency, letting the white of the paper shine through to create that characteristic watercolor luminosity. For beginners learning basic watercolor techniques, this quality is particularly valuable as it provides immediate positive feedback. The washable nature of these paints makes them particularly suitable for younger artists or classroom settings where mess is a concern. 3. Kuretake GANSAI TAMBI Watercolor Paint Set. The Kuretake GANSAI TAMBI Watercolor Paint Set introduces a fascinating alternative to Western watercolors with its traditional Japanese approach. Coming in an elegant green cardboard box with a protective plastic insert, this set immediately stands out with its large, generously sized pans that are significantly bigger than standard watercolor half pans or even full pans. The presentation feels special, with color charts included both on the inside lid and as separate sheets. Working with these paints was a revelation. The pigmentation is exceptional, producing rich, vibrant colors with minimal effort. When creating a series of floral studies, I was impressed by how a single touch of the brush to the pan yielded enough color for multiple strokes. The paints have a creamy consistency that activates quickly with water, making them incredibly satisfying to use. The color range is thoughtfully curated, with beautiful earth tones, greens, and blues that seem particularly suited to natural subjects. One distinctive characteristic of GANSAI TAMBI is its versatility in application. When used with more water, the paints flow beautifully for traditional watercolor techniques, creating transparent washes with subtle gradations. However, when applied with less water, they take on an almost gouache-like quality with increased opacity and a slight sheen when dry. This dual nature opens up creative possibilities that aren't typically available with Western watercolors, allowing for both delicate transparency and bold, statement-making strokes in the same painting. 2. Grabie 100 Colors Watercolor Paint Set. The Grabie 100 Colors Watercolor Paint Set is an impressive collection that immediately catches the eye with its extensive color range. Housed in a sleek metal case, this set includes 50 regular watercolors, 35 metallic colors, 10 macaron colors, and 5 fluorescent colors, providing an extraordinary palette for creative exploration. The set also comes with 3 water brush pens, a drawing pencil, sharpener, and sponge, making it a comprehensive package for artists on the go. When I first started testing these paints, I was pleasantly surprised by their pigmentation. Most colors show good initial saturation, producing vibrant results with minimal effort. Creating a series of test swatches revealed consistent performance across most of the palette, with particularly impressive results from the reds, blues, and earth tones. The metallic colors add a wonderful dimension to artwork, providing subtle shimmer effects that catch the light beautifully without being overwhelming or gaudy. The Grabie watercolors perform exceptionally well in both wet-on-dry and wet-on-wet techniques. When painting landscapes, I found the colors blended seamlessly on the paper, creating smooth transitions between sky and land. The paints activate quickly with water and maintain their vibrancy even when diluted for lighter washes. Unlike some budget sets that become dull when watered down, these paints retain their character and produce clean, transparent layers that allow for effective glazing techniques. 1. Grabie Watercolor Paint Set. The Grabie Watercolor Paint Set stands as the pinnacle of affordable quality in the watercolor market. This premium set comes in an exquisite metal case with a beautiful floral design that feels substantial and protective. Inside, you'll find a meticulously organized collection of 168 colors, including 84 regular watercolors, 48 metallic colors, 24 macaron colors, and 12 fluorescent colors, offering an unparalleled spectrum for artistic expression. The set is complemented by a comprehensive selection of accessories, including multiple brush types and a color swatch sheet. The quality of these paints is immediately evident from the first brushstroke. Each color is precisely formulated with high-quality pigments that are milled to perfection, resulting in exceptional performance and control. When creating detailed botanical illustrations, I was impressed by how the colors maintained their brilliance while allowing for subtle gradations and delicate details. The pigmentation is consistently excellent across the entire range, with even the lighter colors showing remarkable depth and character. What truly sets these watercolors apart is their versatility across different techniques and applications. When working on landscapes, the paints performed beautifully in creating atmospheric washes and distant horizons, with colors blending seamlessly into one another. For more detailed work like portraits, the paints offered excellent control and precision, allowing for fine details and subtle modeling of features. The colors remain vibrant when dry, with minimal shifting from wet to dry states, which makes planning and executing complex paintings much more predictable. Final thought. In conclusion, the world of watercolor paints offers options for every artist and budget, from beginner-friendly sets to professional-grade collections. While each set reviewed has its strengths and potential applications, the Grabie watercolor paint set stands out as the clear winner for its exceptional combination of quality, versatility, and value. Whatever your artistic journey entails, finding the right watercolor set can transform your creative experience and unlock new possibilities for expression. Happy painting!